It is.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you didn't hear right before that was, I'm going to make sure my computer's plugged in. I'm like, yeah, that's
well, it has a battery.
I know, but we know what's happened in the past.
Yeah.
We know. By the way, I bought this at the Spy Museum last week.
Oh,
because it's so stupid.
Oh my God. It's
a teeny tiny Stanley. It's teeny.
Is that a shot glass?
Basically.
Okay.
It's water. It's water in here, but it's so funny.
Are they just making fun of the giant Stanleys, or is that somehow like spies have to bring really small cups so they can like sneak it in there?
I don't know. Maybe it's for, poisoning people. I don't know. But I just thought it was hilarious. And yeah, I just wanted to show you all my ridiculous, teeny tiny Stanley. So there you go. All right, let's get rolling. We have a lot on the agenda today. So really excited. We're going to have the crew from Los Fomos coming on around 9-ish in about 30 minutes. And before that, we have lots of news to check in on. And a lot of that news will also end up in trivia later today. So if you're going to be playing Farcaster Trivia, you definitely want to stick around. And we will be back in 55 seconds. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. And thank you to our premier partner, Octant. Be sure to check out all the latest at octant.app and mint your Dgens and Dragons cards at highlight.xyz. GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, June 25th, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day, plus an interview with the crew from Los Fomos. And we're going to talk about what is Los Fomos, as somebody had just posted on the timeline, as well as what they're up to with some exciting news. So we're going to be talking about all those things in just a little bit. If you are on either Farcaster or Twitter, go give us a little retweet. We're having a little bit of a problem getting some visibility on the Bird app. So maybe I have to stop calling it Twitter.
It's not the Bird app. Oh my God. Did you see Yassine? Have you followed the whole Twitter Yassine?
Yes.
And he just said, like, fuck it, I'm going to start calling it Twitter again. Like, finally I can call it. That part. And maybe he didn't say Twitter, but like maybe, or something like, fuck it, I can start calling them tweets again. Like, can you just imagine?
Funny.
That whole working at X, and it's just like, not allowed to say Twitter. No one's allowed. I declare
it's so hilarious. That whole thing has been really funny. He's just a funny account anyway. Yeah. But like watching all of that go down, and then Elon even responding, "Oh, I didn't know he was." It's like, oh my God, what is going on? So yeah, pretty funny. If you're not following along with that, it is pretty funny. He's an engineer who just was let go from X, and it's quite a controversy.
I wasn't even following his account until Ted posted it on Farcaster. So
yeah, me too.
I get all my discovery from Farcaster.
Same. I had the same situation, and but since I found him, I can't stop. It's been fascinating to watch. All right, let's dive in because we've got some Farcaster news happening. So let's jump into it. And I'm telling you, just be paying attention if you're playing trivia later. Okay, this from V, which Jeff Goldberg is very happy to see this, by the way. And Peachy. We're noticing more gaming on the leaderboard. We'll be making some algo changes this week to address voting rings and similar coordinated behavior to game the leaderboard. Thanks to everyone who reported these issues. And then you can see Peachy's note. Thank you. Lots of folks losing motivation. So that's I haven't really noticed the gamification, but I will say my personal behavior is if I see my friend who's trying to stay up towards the top of the leaderboard, I'm going to go make sure I'm liking all their posts.
Are you colluding?
I wouldn't call it colluding because they didn't ask me to do it. I just did it. I'm cheerleading.
Well, that is, I mean, that's the point of a public leaderboard, right? Is like you want to spark some natural, I can't. Okay. If you're just listening to the recording later, Prof keeps sipping from a micro Stanley cup. Your hand looks so big.
It's so ridiculous.
Okay.
It's so ridiculous. Sorry.
I lost my train of thought. All I want to say is, sparking some competition I think is good, right? Overly gamifying and then not fun. So
I don't consider what I was doing gamifying or anything because also the person had no idea I was doing it. Like they had no clue. They weren't coordinating with me. But it was really, it's interesting, but also you want to keep it so that it doesn't get too demotivating. I think to Peachy's point, like it can be very demotivating for people who feel like it's not fair kind of thing. You know, they don't have a fair shot. So, show
me the incentive and I'll show you the
outcome,
the action. And there's a lot of money, especially like there's a lot of money at stake. And especially when you think Farcaster is global, right? So 100 USDC can buy you about 3 cups of coffee in New York City. Maybe you can pay your rent somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Yeah. That's a great point. Because when we think about it from our perspective, it doesn't seem like much, but elsewhere in the world, it could be very big. Hello, Eleanor. I was just thinking about you. You're going to come up later, as a matter of fact. So welcome. This also from V, Farcaster spam check. Do you want to help a friend affected by the spam label? Check if they have the label by going to profile, 3 dots, about, and look at the spam label. If it says 0, likely to engage in spammy behavior, then reply with their username. But let me tell you, if you just reply with a username and you don't do that check, he's going to be mad because this is also what he replied to that. If you don't actually check the labels and just reply with usernames that are clearly not in spam, I'm going to start thinking that you might be a spammer or a bot. So in other words, make sure you check first and then let him know. Don't just let him know without checking. All right. This from DWR, clear opportunity for more casts about sports, both professional and recreational. Have been doing a bunch of user research recently, and it's the clear #1 most popular non-crypto category where people read, watch content on other social networks. So I don't know if you got this DM from Dan, but I did about interests with a little survey. And I did the survey and just said what non-crypto content I was interested in. So that's what he's been doing. So he's actually talking to a lot of folks on Farcaster to find out what it is they're interested in. And I think that is in a goal to then try to find more creators who are talking about those topics and bring them over and onboard them. So did you do that little survey?
I did. And yes.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Just curious what your topics were. Because mine were my first one was what do I use elsewhere? And it's politics, but I also use I use a very specific Twitter handle so that it doesn't get mixed up with my crypto one. I have to keep
that's interesting. You have multiple Twitter accounts for different algos. Wow.
Yes. So that I create it's the only way because otherwise it gets too messy. So that's why I do it that way. but like, so that was my first thing, was like, politics is one of mine, but I don't necessarily want more of that. I want it at a high level, or like a deep thought level. I don't know if that's what the right word is, but like, I like some of the independent journalists who are bringing some of that content, like that kind of stuff, but I don't want more fighting about politics. I got enough of that on other apps.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So,
I mean, he asked, one of the questions was like, if you were to look at your feed, your algo, your algo feed on other apps, what would you see? And
that was really interesting.
Mine was like dumpster fire and garbage. Like, please don't make Farcaster look like my other. No. Please, Dan. Please. No. Please.
And that was a great question, because that made me think. And that's what made me, I actually told him, like, I have different accounts for that reason, so that I can keep things separate and not turn it into a dumpster fire. But the other thing I was thinking about when he asked that question, if I think about my TikTok, on the other hand, I think a lot of people would be very amused by my TikTok algo, because it's mostly, Utah moms who are on a reality show. It's mom talk. It's like Bravo celebrities. It's like full on brain rot. It's right. It's not like what I would expect.
You're not on STEM talk?
No, I'm not on book talk. I'm not on STEM talk. I am on full on pop culture is what my TikTok is all. It's totally. And I actually don't use TikTok very often, because when I freaking do, I'm on for like 2 hours. Like, I can't get off of it. It is very much like crack. It's like social media crack. It is crazy. That algo is very good for what its, purposes, to keep you there. But yeah, I don't want that over here. Please don't do that to us.
It's just really interesting, I think, to see, one, the Merkle team build in public, and how the strategy has changed over the years. Like, the goal's not changed. So the goal is to create an at-scale social network from scratch. Has not been done since like the early social media networks took all the network. Like, it's just really hard to start over. So in the beginning, the strategy was really attract developers. It wasn't trying to attract content creators, because people weren't going to come. Right. It was attract developers who are going to create net new experiences, different types of apps. Developers will onboard users. And then kind of came to the conclusion, well, developers aren't going to build somewhere where there aren't users.
Right.
So it's interesting. And I think now, I don't think it's one or the other. There's obviously, it's like the parallel, multiple flywheels that will kind of, more developers will mean more users will mean more developers.
And I think even looking at the Merkle team and the way they're sort of splitting some things up right now, you can see the Ted Dan track of like, we're focusing on content and content creators. And then you see like the Linda, Horsefax, V, they're focusing more on the developers and the mini apps and the, that aspect of it. So you can be doing both at the same time now. You couldn't before, but you can now. You couldn't when there was only 2 of them.
My wish for the reason I want to leave. I loved actually what Elon used to say about X, which was like his North Star KPI was maximizing. Do you know what it was?
No.
Unregrettable minutes spent on the app.
I like that.
And I really liked that. Hard to quantify, right?
Very hard to quantify, but I like that thinking.
Most networks are most time, like, it's all about attention. So TikTok does this really well.
Really well.
How much time are you spending on that
I
app?
always regret my minutes spent, though.
Oh, because it's too much. Like, you enjoy it for a little bit, and then
because I realize that, like, oh my God, I have been on here for 2 hours and this is insane. And I got to get the heck off it. It's really like, because it's so good. So I do regret, but I usually
TikTok doesn't care.
I don't regret no, they don't. I don't regret on Farcaster. I don't think I ever look and go, oh, I just spent way too much time. I really don't.
Right. So then what makes you not regret? I regret all my time on Twitter these days. I used to love Twitter because I would go and feel smarter when I would leave.
Right. Yeah.
I felt
that's a great point.
And engaging. Like, it felt really good to also tweet and talk to people and reply to people, because I would meet people who I would never in a million years get a chance to have a conversation with or meet.
Yeah.
And now I scroll and I get rage bait politics and extremely hypersexualized content.
Yeah, that can be.
It's weird. Like,
that's the other reason you have to really curate your algorithm. And that's why I do have multiple accounts, because like I will block even things I will look at in one account, and that's like the political stuff. I will not look at it on another account, so that I can keep that very crypto focused, very like, you know, the things I want to see that in the crypto sphere. But I have to block, like, there's so much. It's like kind of surprising how much sexual content there is. I'm like, this is like Pornhub. I'm like, why?
But it's weird because it's intermixed in everything else. So it's like, politics, news, and now porn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just have to I just do a lot of blocking and muting. So it
which
does
is
take
regrettable.
Work, so there is regrettable minutes for sure.
So going back to Farcaster, like,
and then the feeling thing, there's a feeling thing, like, of like, how do I feel when I leave this platform in regrettable minutes, but also like, what is the feeling? And when I leave Twitter, most of the time, not my crypto Twitter, but my political Twitter, I almost always leave angry. Like, without fail. That's not good. That's not good. That's not how I want to feel. Yeah. So, all right, moving on. I see we have at least half of Los Fomos in our green room. So we got to move this along, Adrian, to make sure we get this going.
And if you're just joining,
we do just be chatting. There's so much.
Yeah, and if you're just joining, we are doing 29 minutes of Farcaster news, and then we'll be joined by the lovely ladies of Los Fomos.
The lovely ladies of Los Fomos. Okay, couple more things, maybe. Come on, load for me. Come on, there we go. Only had 3 people respond to this. This is from Dan. Respond to this. If you're actively working on a V1 frame, cast action, or composer action, please reply here. Our goal is to understand why those are still important to you. So this is no, just wait. You're already there. What are you talking about? This is really important because they're going to start to really deprecate these. And if you want to have access still, you do need to let them know. This from Daniel, new mini apps update, a small QOL improvement. You can now search mini apps directly from Quick Search. It's now faster than ever to open your favorite app, whether that's Pool Suite for some tunes or any mini app that you love to access quickly. And Pool Suite was that one we were showing you on Monday. By the way, I might just say things during this show that may or may not be alpha or information you might need for later, just saying. So Pool Suite was that pretty pink one. That was really fun with the 80s, 90s retro vibes. Very cool. So go. You can now search for any of these things, any mini app, and you should be able to pull it up more quickly. This from the base team, or base/Coinbase wallet team. A new day one is coming, July 16th. Next chapter of base. This is exciting. I will not be in Los Angeles, but I will be watching the stream because they are going to be streaming this. So this is going to be really interesting. And Jesse, I just want to know, can I collect this somewhere? Just curious if this is available somewhere to maybe purchase in some form. I'm assuming this has been dropped as a coin, but we'll see. And then we have this from Octant, which I kind of loved. Believe in something with the ETH like highlighted. And I just thought that was really cool. And this should be a shirt. And that's all. That's all I'm saying, Octant. Make this a shirt. I will buy this shirt. Make it a hat. I will buy this.
Where would we buy such a shirt? On an online store?
That might be launching this week. That would be great. I should actually ask them if we can make this into a shirt or a mug, because I would love this. So maybe I will ask that question.
Do you want me to DM them right now?
Yes, please do. I kind of love this. I would like to add this to our store. This also from Octant, an interesting bit from Julian Z's DACC talk funding things is always subjective. That's why Epoch 8 was focused on contribution to core Ethereum. We're not funding everything. We're funding what we believe strengthens Ethereum this epoch. So go take a look at this. This gives you a little clip from Octant. It's in the Ethereum channel. But also they've been doing a lot of talks at different events around. Yeah, so very cool. Cool to see them out and about. I know that Marshall was in Berlin for Blockchain Week there, and I know that they're all over permissionless as well this week. So go find the Octant folks because they are out there doing the work.
I tried to find her yesterday, but I had a leak in my pipes when I woke up, and I didn't make it. So I didn't see
you didn't make it to all the fun. There was a lot of fun happening.
It's continuing today. So I'm going to try to get there this afternoon, say hi to people. Hopefully we'll be able to see Marshall, and hopefully she will have Octant chip nails for me.
Oh, the Octant chip nails. I want those. This was, speaking of, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. This is from Dish. This is part of my background today because I loved it. These were cards they were giving out at the Uniswap house. And this is like actually Dish on there. So that was really cool. Looks rare. So I thought these were really cool. You have all these different speakers, etc., who were talking today or yesterday, and they were part of these cards they were giving away, which is so cute. And then this was also at Permissionless, Believe It What's Inside by Pinata Cloud at Permissionless NYC. Collage by Pintor.xyz. I loved that. I thought that was really cool. And then this was the Uniswap bus, like coffee cart that was outside, and they were doing all kinds of fun things with Uniswap House and Uniswap Cafe. Most of my feed has been Uniswap House or things about Uniswap from Permissionless. So pretty amazing to see. Lots going on, but also Bankless is there. There's so much going on.
Good job, Uniswap.
Very good job, Uniswap. Like you captured the thinking here, the mind share. This from Pizza Dow NYC. You're not ready for this. Rachel on Chain will be making her debut as April O'Neil. Yes, from TMNT tomorrow during our permissionless NFT NYC side event. It's also NFT NYC. She will also be repping on-chain media and chopping it up with Real Builders IRL at Station 3, June 25th. You can RSVP for the event below. So if you've ever been to a Pizza Dow party, you know how fun it is, and you should definitely make it over there because that'll be a lot of fun. And that is tonight or this afternoon? Tonight. Yeah, tonight. So go check that out.
And if you're not familiar, TMNT stands for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And they use pizza. And like, if you don't know the lore, if you've never been to a Pizza Dow event and seen people dressed as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like, I forgive you for not putting that together.
I really wish I had my photo handy right now to show you because I have multiple pictures with me and the Ninja Turtles at various Pizza Dow events. Always fun. Definitely go check it out. Super fun. And this from Debbie at Privy. In conversation with Privy at Permissionless, a fireside chat with our CEO, Henry, moderated by Sequoia Capital partner, Josephine Chen. This is Wednesday today at 3:35 p.m. Learn how Privy is building infra for seamless experiences on crypto rails. And this is with Blockworks. And there's a whole bunch of other Privy events that have been happening as well. I think that was yesterday. This is the one that's today. So everybody, okay. So I didn't have any FOMO. Now I have Los FOMO. Oh, wait, no. I have a lot of FOMO. Totally, because of like, I was like, oh, I don't need to go to NYC for this. I was just there. And then I started to think maybe I should, because I'm heading up north anyway this weekend. And if I had thought this through, I could have gone early and gone to this. And now I have full regrets about it. Because, and I think this is a good way to sum this up from Peachy. I hate to be the one to break it to all of you who don't come to IRL Farcaster events, but someone needs to tell you the truth. One, on average, Farcasters are really tall. Like, seriously, something is in the water. 2, Farcasters are really good looking humans. It's not like a normal crypto conference crowd. 3, they are also really nice. It feels unfair to see so many triple threats walking around, but it is what it is. I just thought that was funny. And then Burt Wurst, I'm here to bring the average height down. Just really funny. But in general, like, the IRL events, there's just nothing better. And I'm really having some major FOMO at the moment because I want to see all my friends are in New York. I don't like it. It does look like it's been really fun. So I hope you get over there today. But yeah. And then this from Brad, rewards leaderboard results. This was a lot of fun. Lots of new faces in the top 30, which might be why we now are investigating.
In related news.
Related news. Investigating conclusion. Okay, Jose, FID 3087. After sporadic casting, launches Mesh Mini app and rides it. And regular casting to number 1. Sherdoogie made it to number 2. And Debbie, number 3. Hold down the elite's top 3 tier for the Vibe Tribe. I was just riding for Debbie, cheerleading it on. That was my horse in this race this week. I just love seeing it. Gabe Einhorn, new to FC this week, debuts at number 5, 350. Not a bad first week for a non-crypto guy exploring faith, real estate, and vibes. Eric Souls, SV, first time top 10 at number 6 because people like the science. Yes, they do. That was my other suggestion to Dan, asking for non-crypto content. More, I would like find some really good researchers and science folks, let Keckers like curate it, and you're going to have a lot of people interested because I know Eric by a different name. I call him Honk. But Honk has been doing some really interesting things, and he was at a nuclear medicine conference, I think it was. So he was posting some really interesting things from there this week. Noviana in her first week on FC is number 14. How much of the 125 does she owe to her sister LV for onboarding this week? I forgot to pull the cast, but very funny cast. Back and forth between Brian G calling out Nivania as AI and Linda saying, no, I actually onboarded this one. But I think he might have been just trying to get a date. Shout out to 4 new people in the 21 to 30 range that I've never seen here, including the Oma first couple days on FC, Emma Strara, and some fire fits in fashion. Meme coveted 69 taking by Presidio J1 with some serious soccer vibes. So very fun. And this from Debbie, we did it, fam, a solid 3rd place finish. Thank you so much for helping me achieve my holy grail here on Farcaster. I do love how this was with Henry last week too. It was just like the going hard first for the leaderboard from people who, it's not about the money. It's definitely about the glory. Especially Henry last week. That was just funny. I loved it. And this from Gabe Einhorn, who I do not know. I have never heard of this person until they came to Farcaster, but a lot of people seem to know who this person is. Why am I here? I just had a conversation on Farcaster with a guy. He asked me a question about tokens, and I told him I honestly don't know much about tokens or crypto. He responded by asking genuinely, why am I on this app? It made me think. I know nothing about crypto. I'm not involved with any of it. So really, why am I here? The backstory is my best friend, Eben Z. Solomon, told me about the platform. He has been supporting my content on LinkedIn and other social media, and he told me I got to come join Farcaster. So I did. That's it. Nothing too complicated, but now I'm here, so I might as well learn about crypto. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So this could be like a backwards onboarding to crypto. We've been focusing on the crypto folks rather than the non-crypto folks, and we probably should be flipped the other way. And this is a good way to onboard them, especially now that you have this built-in wallet. They don't have to get a wallet. They don't have to connect anything. They don't have to leave the site. They can earn crypto, learn about crypto just by being here. like just kind of absorbing it because we're talking about it all the time. So, and you're earning it from like day one. So very cool. Very cool to see. So that was kind of fun. Okay, couple more quick things. This from Peachy. I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to just point this out, do a quick read of some of it, and then you can dive into the deeper. It's a bit of a long cast, if you will, Adrian. Engagement is a two-way street. I've seen a lot of chatter on the timeline that engagement has been weird for the past 2 weeks. We've either all gotten worse at casting, or the type of pro has worn off, or the team has been the hype of pro. Team has been experimenting with the algorithm, and we are starting to feel the effects. Maybe it's a combo of all three. That's what I think. And we need to take some action. So 1, clean up who you follow. 2, change your feed settings to see all replies for a week. Reply to every thoughtful comment and ignore low effort replies. Hack the recency bias in the algorithm. We talked about that the other day of like, sometimes you have to go back and like, if you're not seeing a particular person, go like a bunch of their casts and you will start to see them. Turn on super follow notifications for your favorite casters. I use that. Or friends you want to see more. Change up how, when, and where you cast. Audit your own profile. Handy Dune query below. And there's a lot more detail on all of this. Go check that out from Peachy. And that was in the first draft. So I'm assuming this is going to be a paragraph post at some point. So very cool. Couple more quick things. Okay, banger mini word. This is really fun, by the way, because now you can create your own mini word puzzle. So okay, banger, Kristen created one and I did horrible, but it was really fun. So go check that out. I think I got through most of my things. I want to make sure there was a couple other quick things, but I am going to skip them. I think I'll just point this out. You can go give this a read. Heatwave PSA from a certified hot dog, because those of us who live in Arizona and Florida find you all hilarious in New York. But here's some advice for avoiding swamp ass and things like that. So pretty funny. So go check that out from Burtwurst, giving you all the details. This from V, this is why we don't let horsefacts take vacations, because he was giving us a shopping list. Headed to Z-Mart to pick up hand sanitizer, Narcan, condoms, a smoke detector, a bike helmet, a large bag of compost, and a 10-pack of really shitty Board of Elections pens. Anyone need anything? I don't know where he was going, but sounds fun. And lastly, not going to play this, but you should go check this out. Goldie Talks has been doing these videos, and he was giving a breakdown of the recent New York City election in relation to Polymarket. So go check that out. Super, super funny. And he made a lot of good points here about and I saw a couple people talking about the election or the primary, I should say. Why did this person do so well? And it really comes down to because they were different. And we're sick of the same old stuff, because so many people were like, I don't believe in his policies, but I like the guy. And it was like, okay, that's interesting. Here we go again. Other side. Just other side. Anyway,
I have so many words, and I'm not going to say any of them because
you know why?
We have guests.
It's not a rude. It's not a politics podcast.
Can we do meta politics? Like, just to chat about, like, we're living through times.
May you live in interesting times. There you go. Curse. Please it's a curse.
Stop drinking that Stanley Cup.
I know you love it. All right. So we need to bring up our guests. I'm really excited. So we're bringing up Taco and Pauline to the stage. Here they come. GM Los Fomos, how are you today?
Buenos Fomos. Great. How are you guys?
Buenos Fomos.
We are great. So glad to have you here. I don't know why it's taken us so long to do this. This should have happened sooner, but thank you for getting this all organized, Adrian. Because this is super fun. And I have to do, hold on, I got to get this, this cast up because it's really, really funny. Hold on, not that one, but this one first. Los Fomos has been all over my timeline. What goes on in Los Fomos? So we'll start there. I just thought it was such a funny way to put that. Like, what goes on? So what goes on in Los Fomos? Would you like, to those who may not be familiar, tell us what is Los Fomos and what have you guys been up to during how long have you guys been doing Los Fomos? A year? Over a year?
It's a year already. I think it's over a year actually, because it started kind of at the time of on-chain summer last year.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, about this time last year. Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell everyone a little bit about what is Los Fomos and what have you been up to?
Yeah, I think that's the most popular question is like, especially regarding the channel, like what exactly is Los Fomos? And okay, for a second.
I will jump.
You jump in now, Polly.
Yeah. I think one interesting
I want to know where Taco is. If she's at the bar, she can order drinks for us and then pass them around.
Yeah, I could use a drink. Like I have a fan pointed at my face right now because it's so hot, and I don't have an AC here. So like it's not a Europor thing to have an AC. So that is fun.
It's very Europor, no AC.
Yeah. Taco, give me a drink. Like order me one as well.
Yeah, we wanted to know if you were ordering drinks at the bar. What was going on there?
No, it wasn't ordering the drink. I was just asked about the timing in the space and stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, what I was saying, like it's the most popular question, I guess. What is Los Fomos and what's going on in Los Fomos? I think I will start from the show because it's kind of the reason why we're even here. Los Fomos is a show that brings out from well-known for now in only crypto people like the spicy side and more human side of it. And we try to create the show that is not just valuable from the information perspective, but actually, connects you to the people, and then you're entertained and you're more interested in what actually they're doing and checking out. Because I think the thing that drives interest to products and being the user is basically the people behind who built it. So this is like the show that we built over the year. It started, as I said, like during the on-chain summer. It actually started during the idea that, Los Fomos as the place in our heads existed before. We were dreaming about this place because, Power and I, we now met IRL. So we were kind of like creating this metaverse without a very specific pinpoint, like where exactly it is, but kind of like this world. Again, based on our shared interest in the music and culture and fashion, and then we decided to join Farcaster for actually a few reasons, because we thought that channels are the interesting way of actually building the community around yourselves, and there was some kind of promise of frames V1, which we thought, it could be something that we can experiment and play around with people. And we wanted to do the podcast, a little bit more traditional podcast initially. And we actually, if you go back to Los Fomos' first episodes, you actually can find that we had like 2-hour things.
Many such cases when you go back to early anything, it's really pretty funny. Like if you watch our early GM Farcaster, it is torturous.
I'm going to go
also
into
kind of fun, kind of funny.
I'm going to go into that.
Yeah, go ahead. It's amusing, and they're much shorter, so it's easy to do. So have you two now met in person, or no? You still haven't met in person? Oh, that is interesting. I don't think I realized that part. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
We made a video and we posted it yesterday when we started the crowdfund fund. And I feel like the most interesting part of this whole campaign is like for people, the fact that we haven't met in person. And we were actually supposed to meet. Like I was telling Adrienne the other day when we had a call that we actually studied together, but it was online because of COVID. So it was super short notice. University decided to do that. So we were supposed to meet, but yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. So how often do you guys record Los Fomos for the podcast part of it?
So we do these batch recordings where we always recorded a lot of people within a short amount of time so that we can just focus on doing other stuff, building the app and growing on other platforms as well. And so we did like, I think maybe 20 people in 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, wow. Or even more. That was super intense. And we actually haven't published all of those. We took a little break from publishing because we were part of the Blueprint Accelerator from...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was beginning of this year. So we took a little break after that and actually focused on building the community also beyond the episodes and actually understanding what place and what meaning do the episodes have versus the community building we do in the Farcaster channel, because there's kind of these two things going on. There's the vibes and how do we bring the show closer to the vibes, which leads us to what we're planning with the crowdfund actually, because we really want to be in the same space and we feel like we can create such great content that's going beyond the things we've seen, in the sense that it's going to attract the masses even to crypto, because we're using crypto rails and no one will even know that that's the case.
Right. So, which is very cool. And I think that's, that's something that we're seeing now, is people are like they're getting interested in crypto from just being on Farcaster, which is really, really interesting. Okay. So you mentioned the crowdfund. So I want to show this. So this is what you dropped yesterday. By the way, I didn't watch the video or read it. I just went and donated. I didn't even pay. So I missed the video. So that's why I'm like, I didn't even realize you guys hadn't met yet. So I'm going to read this from Pauline. Ever co-produced an IRL show, babe? Now you can. Los Fomos is the first on-chain native Farcaster-born show with IRL ambition to onboard the masses. We're turning LF into IRL production with real sets, cameras, chaos. Babe, spicy girls will meet in person for the first time IRL after working together for 4 years. This campaign is the fuel we need to start the new LF chapter, fade it, or help make it real to become part of the story. So give us a little TLDR of like, what is the plan? Where are you planning to meet? Like, what's going to be the production? Like, what's involved, so that people understand what it is that they're supporting.
Yeah, I'm going to start and let Taco chime in if she wants to. So first, to start with the plan of what we want to do. We want to meet in Paris for the first time, and the production is going to be called Midnight in Los Fomos. Wink, wink. And
I love it.
Yeah, so we want to make it very like Los Fomos. And the way we do that is we pick specific locations. We're going to record in bars or brasseries, like places that really feel like they match the vibe. I can't really explain what the vibe is right now, but it's like,
it's the vibe. Like, I see it. Yeah.
Like the living room, like palm trees as well. So we don't have them in Paris, but okay. And so this is part of it. And then we're going to chat with people that really fit the vibe, people that we personally find super interesting, that are LFers. LFers is people that we feel really represent this personality that we see in Los Fomos quite often. So this is the plan. We're super grateful for the support so far. We've reached almost 50%, I think. Maybe it's 50 now. Thank you so much for donating. Also for the people that are watching, or not only donating, sharing the link, because it helps us so much. I'm pretty sure we will get everyone fed up with Los Fomos and their crowdfunding link in the next few days, and that's the goal. And apart from that,
yeah, it looks like you're at 49%. So we need just a smidge more to get you to 50%. So there you go. But that's awesome. In 1 day, less than 1 day. It's been like 17 hours. So that's incredible.
By the way, Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the last thing about what we're actually raising for, so we have to cover the cost for production equipment. And because you can rent these things, but renting them is super expensive if you rent them over a period of time. We can't have all the guests in one day. So we have to buy the things, and we're going to use them in the future as well. So then there will be some trademarking fees as well, and paying flights to come to Paris together.
There's some great Farcasters in Paris too. You've got Kagusha is there, right? I think. Justin An is there. I know there's a bunch more that I'm not even thinking of, but I know they've done some really good meetups for Farcaster Fridays in Paris. So you've got like a good crew to even start off with. And I think, when are you planning to be there? I think there's some other cool crypto folks that are there right now.
It's kind of a good question because like we want to, like, obviously it depends also on the funds and how fast it will go. Like I think Pao plans to go to the venues already because we're kind of approaching to 50%, and we can start kind of exploring the dates available so we can start booking. And then second is like, people, because that's the thing, like we picked Paris because it's still kind of like a center in Europe, and the possibility that people will be able to catch people over there, like if they're somewhere near, is much higher. So that will be like the second question that we will be figuring out. And we decided like, okay, maybe we can, when we reach the 60%, we can go and start actually asking around, because it kind of feels like, okay, we actually can pull it off.
And calling, Arjan, someone mentioned Arjan is there. Samuel Huber, I think, is in Switzerland. So he'd be another good one. There's a lot that are in Paris. So calling all the Europor to Paris for Los Fomos. There we go. We need you all to go to Paris. I think it's going to be really fun.
Shout out to Arjan, by the way. He is one of our old OG supporters. Same with Samuel, by the way. Both of them.
That's not surprising. They're very good supporters of us as well. And I know that they are just great cheerleaders on Farcaster in general. So that's amazing. Okay. Adrian, I'm giving you a heads up. I don't know if you saw my note, but we need the lightning round questions. So don't forget. We definitely going to need those. So before that, though, what else do you want folks to know about Los Fomos? What are some of your favorite episodes of the podcast?
Tacos, where she's asking Matthew what his kink is. That's the best.
Ooh.
And he didn't answer. Boring.
He didn't answer? Obama.
No, but I actually love when we ask some provocative questions, and the goal is sometimes not actually to get the answer. Like, it's not like the specific information. I love to see people to crack a little bit, and then, you see their personalities a little bit more. So they're becoming less this kind of like public persona and more like themselves. So I love when we achieve that. I also love, like, for instance, Blake's episode. I think we were a little bit more aggressive with our questions, trying to provocate her to make choices within Boys Club. But again, like, we wanted just to see, like, okay, how it's going to go. I think it was fun. What else to maybe, like, people can learn? I think when we say people can be part of it, we actually mean it, because as we're building the community as Los Fomos, we're trying to build not just, the fact that, okay, there is a channel, but we try to build this, again, on-chain, the community membership. And we do have different roles that for now are off-chain, but they're based on-chain actions, right? You can be a leffer, you can be a crew member, you can be a producer if you're subscribed to Hypersub, and it also gives you access to the channel. We have a mixologist, those who collected our limited cocktail stickers. And we want to create, obviously, a very special role for people who actually supported us. And as we kind of grow, we're also figuring out, okay, how, these roles in ecosystem, what kind of permissions and access they will have. But it will definitely go up in the hierarchy of roles because it's one of the most important moments in the development of Los Somos, because it's basically taking something that we built in the field of Farcaster and trying to bring it to the wider world and then to bring them back to us.
Love that. And I have to say, like, doing IRL interviews is much harder. Like, I don't think that people realize, like, doing like the quick little interviews on the street is pretty easy, but doing like the, you know, formal, more of a podcast, more of a like sit down, it does require a lot of coordination. It's not that easy. And it does require a lot of equipment and getting it right. And we've done this a few times, and sometimes successfully and sometimes not as much successfully, even when it's just us two. But together in person, it's like much easier to control it when you're doing it online than when you're doing it in person. So it definitely becomes a little trickier, for sure.
It's going to be so fun, like trying to set everything up in a bar.
Yeah, it'll be really fun. I definitely would say, like, reach out to those folks who are in Paris, because they'll definitely help you find good locations, and I know they'll be super helpful with that. Especially Kagusha, she's really knows she's organized a lot of meetups, so she's definitely one to chat with for sure. Okay, I think we need some lightning round questions, Adrian. And if you guys want to throw us a couple spicy questions, we'll take them as well. So, but Adrian, hit them with some lightning round. Let's do it.
Okay, and warning, and I don't know if you saw my message, I seem to be having some Wi-Fi issues out of nowhere. So let's, fingers crossed, I don't lose you. We've never done a lightning round with two people, so I don't know how to make this work. We're going to, and usually, okay, so the first question we ask everyone is always the same, but it's really interesting because I know how you guys met. So I'm going to ask it anyway in case you have a more interesting answer. But because Farcaster is a social network and we talk a lot about the URL to IRL pipeline, I wanted to ask each of you when and how you made your very first internet friend. So like someone you met online first and then later met in real life. I guess present company excluded.
Well, they haven't met in real life yet.
Yeah, that's right.
I think I don't remember anything before that. So my life, like before, like it has in chapters, and I don't actually remember if before joining crypto I was active on social media and communities, to be honest. I think NFTs moment was that moment for me. And I met quite a lot of people, and mostly in Europe based. And there was like Amsterdam conference, like NFT Amsterdam or something. And I think that was the first time when I met like a bunch of people that I met during this crazy 2021. And then actually I have a really fun story. Like, yeah. And I remember that somebody approached me while I was talking with somebody else and gave me a sticker. And I looked down at the sticker. I recognized the NFT. I looked up and I was like, "Are you?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm Frida." And then I was like, "I'm Taco." And basically that was like,
oh, that's cool.
Really, yeah, like very fun moment.
How about for you? Wow.
Yeah, so your story inspired my story. I'm going to tell the story of how I met Press. He's a friend that we met on Crypto Twitter. I feel like we were getting deep into ordinals at some point and like trying to understand how this ecosystem works, investing a little bit. And he was really the guiding figure of this group. He was showing us how things work. He was giving us like the newest updates on projects and things. And he created this community around that, created his own ordinals project as well. And I had no idea what he looked like until I met him in person in New York last year. That's also where, like the same trip where I met Adrian, maybe you as well, Nanish Prof, I don't know. But I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was just funny because when someone is so anon and then they're like whispering in your ear, like, "This is me," and you're like, "What?" Strange. Yeah.
Really fun.
Right.
All right, Adrian, hit him with a few more questions, and I know we're short on time.
That's okay. I said I had a hard stop at 9:30, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, hard stop. We have to say hard stop when it's really a little bit after.
We also try to
all right, we're gonna go. Okay, so lightning round will be true to it. We'll pick. Pow, favorite channel on Farcaster?
Los Fomos. I'm sorry.
Taco, same question.
Los Fomos, and second probably Firefits.
Okay.
Firefits, nice.
Morning person or night owl? Taco.
Night owl.
Pow.
Depends on the day. Mostly night owl.
I went to sleep at 7 a.m. last night, so.
Oh my God. What?
They're young.
That's you guys friends with Pugson?
Yeah.
He's also always up. He's like, I went to bed at 6 a.m. Like, that's not a bedtime.
It's
That
not.
is not a bedtime.
That gets our mom shackles up. We're like, just get some sleep.
Get some sleep.
What's wrong with you?
Beach or mountain? Pow.
Beach.
Taco.
Bitch. I'm a summer girl.
What is the next country you want to visit? Pow.
You go first.
France, Paris.
Okay.
I want to record Los Fomos.
I'm just gonna say Georgia. Georgia, the country, not the state, obviously.
It's
Understandable.
Yeah. If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Birds.
Okay, that's a hard question. Probably about psychology.
Okay.
Going back to my roots, I have a degree I'm a doctor.
Oh, wow. Cool.
What is the last thing you bought with crypto?
Lunch yesterday.
Nice.
Like directly with crypto?
Yeah.
Probably NFTs on Farcaster.
I didn't buy lunch directly with crypto. It was.
Was it your Farcaster rewards?
Someday.
Was it like
someday.
in your? Was it a mental thing of like, I just earned this on Farcaster and I'm not going to buy myself lunch?
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No, doesn't count. What's the last thing you transacted with?
I think the last thing I did was I bought someone's NFT, but I don't remember which one.
Probably the same.
I always love, that's my favorite question. If you're in the chat, tell me what the last thing you bought with crypto is. I love
it's a good question.
Okay.
It's a great question.
If you could bring one person, living or dead, to Farcaster, who would it be?
Anthony Bourdain.
Ooh, great one.
I'm not sure if he was a social media person, but I think it would be that. His channel would be my channel.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna go for Virgil Abloh because the culture, the creativity, Farcaster would boom.
Yep. Yep. And he would be complaining about the design every day.
He would rebrand.
But it would be fun. It would be fun. Yeah, it would definitely be fun.
All right, I have like 2 or 3. I have like 2 or 3 more. Which is your favorite Farcaster bot?
But
Brekkie.
Brekkie
is my favorite. Yeah, because I'm not really interacting with bots that much.
Neither do I, and I will say that I don't have a favorite at the moment. Prefer the people for now. But
all right, you'll have to meet Warpy. He'll be helpful to you.
Say hi to Warpy.
Say hi to Warpy.eth.
All right, last question.
Yeah.
Okay, kiwi skin on or off?
To
How
eat?
Do you eat a kiwi?
Never eaten. Never eaten a kiwi skin.
What was the question?
When you eat a kiwi, do you eat it with the skin on?
Oh,
or do you eat it with the skin off?
Like an apple.
Yeah, I want to try actually because I saw people doing it, but I think I'm not sure my senses would enjoy it.
How does it feel when you swallow the kiwi with like the kiwi skin? Isn't it like weird?
I'll never know.
You chew it first.
We'll have to ask Vitalik.
Apparently, Naomi eats bananas with the skin on too. So don't ask anyone on Farcaster about their fruit.
What?
You know, the joke of all of this, and there is lore that went back to Vitalik and Tim Dobb and eating kiwis with the skin on. But the joke is there's a thing called a golden kiwi. which has a much like softer, less hairy skin. And that's like really easy to eat with the skin on. It still doesn't taste like anything. This was a joke. It was.
It's not obvious. Yeah, we figured.
Right. I guess we need the disclaimers before someone's going off and eating bananas with the skin on.
Okay. That would save me so much time. I don't buy kiwis sometimes because I'm too lazy to peel them.
No, you just cut them in half and scoop out.
That's another option.
Easy.
Good to know.
All right.
All right.
Well done.
Very well done. This has been awesome. Do you have any quick spicy questions for us? We've only got like a second, but if you do, we will take them.
What guests would you not re-invite?
What guests would we not re-invite? Oh, I don't think there is anyone that we've had that I wouldn't re-invite. Is there? She has a look on her face.
I'm checking my notes app. I can't actually think of one, so I was going to go check our playlist of like all of our guests that we've had on.
Yeah, there's nobody I wouldn't re-invite that I can think of. Well, hold on.
If you give it a thought.
No, because I definitely would re-invite him. I was going to say Proxy, maybe? But honestly, I'd love to have him back because I have lots of questions.
Yeah, we have a show.
A lot of questions.
We have a show recorded with Proxy and Dish, and we didn't release it. So we were thinking about doing that at some point.
Yeah, you need to release that. Yeah, we had one, but with separately. But we had one with Proxy very early, right after Clanker launched, but that would be interesting. To have him back, but that's the only one I can think of that like people might be like, no, don't. But honestly, I think they would actually like to hear from him. I don't think there's anybody else, Adrian. I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, also like we tend to bring friends on because we like they're all Farcaster people.
Yeah.
And I'm like literally scrolling through. I'm like, loved that. Everyone's been great.
Yeah. Everyone's been great. So I don't think there's anybody I would be like, oh God, no, I never want them back.
Oh, non-linear. That Johnny Mac is not getting invited back.
Why?
No, she's kidding.
You know what? He just hogs the microphone.
Totally kidding. Oh my God, that's funny. Shots fired, non-linear. That's really funny. Yeah, there's people that I wouldn't want to have on. That's a different question. Sure. But there aren't people that we've had on that I wouldn't bring. There's nobody I wouldn't bring back. I can't think.
Want to answer that one then?
Not really. Not really. But if you know me, you can probably, figure it out. Oh, actually, we did have him on, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. I got one.
Okay. Next.
I got one.
Oh,
Brian. I'm good. We don't need to have Brian back. But anyway. But Grace, you're welcome anytime. Welcome anytime. Okay. Give us another one and then we'll wrap it. If you got one more.
Taco, you're muted.
No, that was my question first. So I need to think about the second one. Okay. What would be your go-to cocktail?
Go-to cocktail? I no longer drink, but I will tell you when I used to drink. Okay. When I used to drink, my go-to drink when I was in college was a slow, comfortable screw up against the wall. Slow gin, Southern Comfort, vodka, orange juice, and Galliano. Yeah, it was. That's why I don't drink anymore.
Wild.
That tracks.
How about you, Adrian?
I don't have a go-to, but I've been into mezcal lately. Kind of in a mezcal phase.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like lately into mezcal. I can't find it here anywhere, so I'm still looking for it.
All right. Amazing. Okay. I think that's it. Adrian, any last thoughts?
No last thoughts. Thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah.
Pao and Taco, great to hang out. Good luck with the
Make sure you go check out the crowdfunding. When we put this episode up, what I'm going to do is anything that comes in from, we're going to send you all of the minting rewards to your crowdfund. So if you mint this episode, once I have it up there, we are going to redirect anything, any rewards to Los Fomos. So there you go. For this one. So
this is very sweet.
So go mint this episode and let's get them to their goal. And with that, everybody, that is it for us today. We will be back. Actually, I'll be back at noon for Farcaster Trivia. So if you have been here for this episode today, you're going to want to play Farcaster Trivia because you're going to find it quite easy. So please make sure you sign up and play. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be back Friday, 8:30 a.m. for our last show before we take a little vacation. And that's it, everybody. With that, we say bye-bye. Bye-bye.